last time, if you remember, we created everything, and then we executed this participated. Is it this participated? No, it was this here, this one. It was this one when we created the section, the grade, and everything. The student section, which had a lot of primary keys. This one. I mean the foreign key and a lot of foreign keys. And then when we run this, we got into a problem. Now, if I just refresh, which this should be probably the university. If I go down here, so all the tables that are created are course, department, grade, section, student, but not student section. I mean, student section. Why? And then when we run this thing, let me just run this line, which says cannot. What is that? No database selected. Oh, of course, I have to select something. So let's use university, and then let's try to execute this. Create table, blah blah blah. Cannot add foreign key constraint.
We had the same problem. Yes, we all did.
And now you tried maybe to try to make sense of this. Why is this the same data type? Well, yes, the same data type. We checked everything because I mean the way we did this is wrong. Why? Because now this student section means that this whole thing comes up here, right? This CNAM, section number, year, all these four is a foreign key of the section, to the section, right?
Yeah.
Because in our section, these four are the primary key. Now the thing is, if we are going to have like a primary key, a foreign key that is only composed of one, it's just what we did. Like this associated to just the decode in the department, because there's only one in the decode there's only one key. I mean probably that is the primary key. Then when we join these, now when we have this section with the student, now all these are from a primary key, not each one that is isolated from each other. Each one is just linked without relationship to each other, but they all come like this whole thing is like the foreign key to the section. So this section, it has these attributes, these columns as the primary key, and this is the foreign key to that section. So if I'd like to get the foreign key, I'm not going to check them, each one of them isolated. I need to put them together. And this is the foreign key that I have. These all three, they're going to be referring to in the section. Sorry, this all four, they're going to be referring to the section to the all four. Because, again, if you remember, this is the result of, can I go before probably?
So the way to fix it is not to use them as an individual, but as a tag.
Exactly. Let's see this. Now this here, this student section, is to have like many to many. That's why I'm having it as a table. And I'm going to get from the section the primary key in the section to be a foreign key into this new table, along with the primary key from the grade, along with the primary key from the student. That's why we have these student number, this is the primary key, these four that is coming from the section, and this is one coming from the grade. And all these four are primary key, a primary key, but each one of these components, now how many foreign keys do I have? I have 3 foreign keys. This to the students, this to the section, and this to the grade. Now these are also foreign keys elsewhere, but we're not talking about that because we are linking to a section, not linking to a course number, I mean separately from the rest. So we need to link to a section, that's why we need to link to all these. Now if I run this, I'm expecting this to work. Let's just see if it will.
I think not.
You think it won't?
No, because CNAM is referring.
Sorry. It just stopped you right there, right? Yeah, because you have only one period, so I couldn't wait.
two foreign keys. Cnum is referring to the section, and section refers to the.
But it doesn't matter. When you join these based on the relationship that you just created. That is a foreign key from each one of the tables that are related. That's why the foreign key from section. This is maybe should have named it like this. And let's drop the table. And this one. And so I can create it with the correct name. Now this is going to be having like just 3 foreign keys basically, because. This is the link to the student, this is the link to the section, and this is the link to the numeric grade. And these are the 3 entities that were linked together with this student section. So that's why if you have something like this, a foreign key that is associated to a mini, you just put these all together. Yes?
Wouldn't that give us put it in disadvantage since we have the constraints pointing into several foreign keys instead of one? When the reason we use constraint is to drop or delete the foreign key when needed.
I didn't get the question.
Basically, if I am to delete cnum,
okay.
By would I do it?
You're talking about the column, just the column.
Yeah.
But you can't, because this cnum is part of something. It's just like it's not independent from the rest. It's part of the primary key that you're used to connect with the other different entities to end up in a new table. So this new table is not like connected. This student section is not like it's connected to the student and then to the course and then to each one of these components independently. The difference is that in the data, let's say for example, if I just link it the way we did, each one independently, you can put a course that's not really, as long as it is existing in the table course, that's fine. Even if that course has no section in that semester in that year. But when you put the course number, section, semester, year, then this is the information that needs to exist already. Then you can just link to it. All the 4 information needs to be there. All the 4 parts. So that's the difference. If you put them independently, then it can be a year that is maybe no course was offered at all. And then as long as it's in the list of years, so fine. And something like that. I think the year example was not accurate in this case, but the point, I think you got it.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's why this is working and the other one wasn't. Now if I just select this, I just would like to drop and then execute again, just because I would like to have this student section connected to section. That's why we have these things. Fine, easy, inshallah. Now let's do something interesting. Now what we did so far is just to create the structure. Now we'd like to put things in it. And that's the purpose of what we're going to be doing. But let's record that in a separate video. Yep.